Hey, thanks for hitting play today. I don't even know how this happened, right? So I went out on my weighted vest walk, a 90-minute walk. I'm listening to podcasts from Greg Eisenberg from the Startup Ideas podcast. And then I get this email because I'm on Hello Audio. That's how I produce this show and distribute it. Hello Audio is a platform I've been using for, I think, 4 or 5 years now. Run podcasts, but also create private podcasts for clients too. So Hello Audio has both of those features, and I'm a super fan. They were promoting someone else's audio conference. So what this is, and I just love the idea, I might even start my own, is an audio summit. So it's like you're going to a conference, there's 6 different speakers, but instead of like having to physically go somewhere or jump on a Zoom call, you download this private podcast and you listen to the expert. So it's like, oh, cool. I think the private podcast was around attracting more leads. I didn't really care about what it was. I was just curious around the workflow. So this is how I tend to operate, is like I hear a cool idea, then I want to just experiment with it. It was free. All I did was give my email address. So I'm taking screenshots of what the page looks like, the sequence of emails, and I'm doing all of this on my walk. And I ended up downloading an episode and listening in, and it was incredible, actually. I was totally unexpected. Did not think I would learn, for some reason I just didn't have that maybe growth mindset related to this. I was more interested in the process of running an audio summit, but accidentally learned some really cool things. This podcast was from Vanessa Poin, and they're talking about Substack as being her major tool she sells programs through Substack. I think she was like the 5th highest at the time, had the highest of paid subscriptions on the platform. So yeah, she was just sharing a lot about her strategy around it and how she just takes old blog articles, puts them onto Substack because of something called GEO, which is generative engine optimization. So basically she's talking about how ChatGPT, like if you're looking for the top 5 speakers in a certain topic, a lot of people, instead of going to Google now, are searching for that in tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, etc. These are AI tools. And she's like, how do you build your discoverability in those platforms? One way is to take all your old posts and to throw them onto Substack. But the other thing she shared was how valuable, this is the thing, I was like, wow. So I'm just wondering if I break up with Kindle now, because she was talking about the ebooks that she purchases, the lead magnet she signs up for. A lead magnet is like a PDF, or it can be. It can be a PDF that it could be a checklist. It could be a list of instructions on how to do something. There's many different things you can put into a PDF, as we know. But look, when I purchase a Kindle, I read it on my iPad, I highlight certain sections, I annotate certain parts, I screenshot the heck out of it. But usually it just sits there. I don't, it's there. And so if I want to refer back to it, yes, I've got the notes I've annotated, but unless I feel like there's a trigger, like I think, I really should go back to that book and find that quote, it's just sitting there dormant, all the stuff that I've pulled up and read. She was talking about PDFs are way more valuable. So given the choice between her buying something that's on Kindle or going to someone's website and buying the PDF, she will buy the PDF. And what she does next is, I don't know like how legal this is. I'm sure it's okay with lead magnets. I don't know with copyright with books, but she will purchase a book. And let's just say it's the top 10 ways to write a LinkedIn post as an example. And she says PDF books are so much better than a Kindle because you can upload a PDF to ChatGPT and say, can you please read this PDF? Can you please apply the lessons to what I'm trying to do over here? And so the real distinction between a Kindle book, which is great for, of course, like reading it and synthesizing and all that, a PDF is actually an embedding tool. It becomes something that you can use and you don't even have to read it. Like that's just like you can buy a PDF. You don't even have to read it. You're like, I want to know the 10 rules or like how to do this. Plug it into your own AI engine, apply your own context and scenario to it, and then it becomes something that's way more valuable. So, I mean, I'm just still thinking about that. I only heard it like 2 minutes ago and I've just popped on this podcast to share that with you. It's like, am I going to break up with Kindle now? Will I just be purchasing PDFs where I can? I mean, for fiction, it doesn't really matter, but if it's for nonfiction where you want a specific result or you want a certain way of thinking embedded or a business model or whatever it is into your business, how good is that? And like the real value of actually just purchasing someone's instructions on how to do a certain thing, knowing that you don't even have to read it. Although I like to think I would read it or at least flick through it to make sure that I'm aligned with whatever they're doing, but then getting AI to be the engine room and doing the work for you. Fascinating way to think about it. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you in terms of just an interesting hack, I guess. And let me know your thoughts on that and I'll speak to you tomorrow.